I'm Caroline Egan here for the Power Play. This morning, I'm sat down with Algernon Pharmaceuticals CEO, Christopher Moreau. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you today?
I'm well. So can you highlight for us the studies found with the DMT neuron study?
Yeah, so what Algernon Pharmaceuticals is a drug repurposing company. We're focused on investigating DMT as a possible stroke therapy. And right now we're conducting preclinical studies where we're trying to determine the best dose, length of treatment, and timing. How quickly do we treat a patient after they've had a stroke? We initially reported on what we believe is the best dose to treat based on this preclinical study. And today we announced that it seems that a 6-hour time period, we tested 1 hour, 6 hours, 12 and 72, that we seem to get the maximum benefit during that 6-hour period. This would translate well if once we get the drug into a clinical setting. And so it's very helpful to do good preclinical work before you take your drug and test it in man.
And what are the next steps looking like for you?
So the next bit of news we'll report on is a mechanism of action study. How is DMT causing brain cells to grow? We hope to have some data on that in the next while, and then we're going to move into a phase 1 study for DMT. That's safety and dose. We're going to run that study in the UK and London with Hammersmith Medicine. This won't be the first time there have been a DMT phase 1 study, so we're quite confident we'll be moving into a phase 2 study without any issues. So that's next up is a phase 1 study for DMT.
Well, it sounds like you've set yourself a pretty solid foundation to start off.
Well, as I said earlier, there are 3 things we need to know. One is, what's the correct dose? How much DMT do we give someone? And what we've shown is that a micro dose or a sub-hallucinogenic dose works. And what's important about that is if you've had a stroke, the brain has had an injury, there's confusion. You don't want people going off on a a hallucinogenic journey. So having a dose that's just under that, but is still helping brain cells grow, very important. The second is duration. It looks like 6 hours is the optimal time period. Next, we try to find out how quickly should we be treating a patient after that stroke injury, and that we'll find out as the months advance.
Exciting times ahead of you guys. Glad to hear it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Okay, thank you, and we'll talk soon.
I'm Caroline Egan for the Power Play.